one of the sessions, Matt, I actually volunteered to stand the watch with the Navy guys, and I'm an Army guy. So I was like, yeah, I want to do a 24-hour watch. So I get stuck with the duty. I'm on there as a duty officer. It's great. So I swear to God, at the beginning of the watch, it's like I think I came on like at midnight. It was a 24-hour shift. And at just about midnight, they had an indication that an airplane came out of Colombia, flew out of Colombia, not squawking, trying to be invisible. So we got it. We spotted it's a drug airplane. We know it. So it flies up, and then the first thing we do is we send up Vipers. We send up F-16s from Panama to track it. And high performance aircraft don't go slow well. So these
No.
F-16s are now behind it with their gear down and air brakes deployed
And
just
they're
to
going to
stay
have to be
behind
doing
it.
this.
Yeah, yeah, it's like it's nuts. So and they burn all sorts of fuel tracking this thing.
Oh yeah,
I
especially
mean,
with your yes, you got a lot of drag. You're burning
so they
gas.
go and they tank so I'm watching this in real time, Matt. So sure enough, they track it all the way all night up to Mexico. So now it's dawn, lights, it's all, daylight. And so this drug airplane flies into the jungle. And by this time, there's been a handoff from the Vipers, from the F-16s to a custom service citation. The custom service has jets. So in fact,
Mhm.
it's a bit of trivia. The only jets with afterburners ever made of these kind of small jets were custom service. They had afterburners, believe it or not. I don't know why they had them, but they did. Anyway, this custom service jet is now monitoring this airplane. They're right there with it. So the airplane goes right into the interior of Mexico and it lands. And we've got real time footage. You got the video of the airplane landing. And guess what happens, Matt? You want to guess?
I don't know what happened.
Nothing happens. Nothing.
Oh,
The response force never gets there. So we're sitting there watching from above, telling the Mexicans, "Hey, you got a you got a drug airplane that's right there." Oh, and the Mexicans, they get there late, and by the time the Mexicans get there, the plane's unloaded and all the trucks are back off into the forest.
and maybe the Mexican officials got their cut for being late.
And so that's not the end of the story. So that's all done, and so the airplane takes off, gets back in the air, and you know what we do? Nothing. We
No,
monitor it. We monitor it flying back into Colombia. So I'm sitting there at the end of 24 hours, pretty pissed because I've been up for 24 hours. And I went to the senior officer. I think I was a major at the time, and I think there was a commander, full commander on the watch. I said, "What did we just do?" "Well, we did what we're supposed to do." "What's that?" "We're supposed to monitor." You're telling me we spent upwards of $1994,
Hmm.
something like $250,000, plus we're on equipment to watch a drug plane fly out of Colombia, successfully deliver its goods, and fly back to Colombia. Well, yes, that's what we did. Why are we even doing this? So I'm just telling you, Matt, this is the level of insanity that I saw firsthand back in the 90s. So it's like, why are we even doing this if we're not going to stop it? Gee,
Bingo.
I think maybe we should be stopping it. Maybe if the Mexicans don't stop that aircraft, maybe we should. And that was my issue. It's like, dude, we know that the guy on that airplane's flying drugs. But it's not our job to shoot it down. Then why put up Vipers? Why do it? Right? Matt, I mean, am I being too bellicose here? I don't think so. I mean, it's just nuts.
No, and I think, as you know, well, as we would say in the Marine Corps, find with, locate, close with, and destroy the enemy. And that's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
And if you don't do that, I bet you that that scenario you just talked about happened again and again and
Again,
again and again,
decades for
and we
decades.
wondered why shit didn't get better.
Yeah. So it's finally gotten better because now I don't think that airplane, that's my point. Now that we're doing the sea thing, it's going to be much more difficult. They're going to have to go back to smuggling in big ships, which they will do. We know how to catch them on that. They're going to go back to flying, which now, Matt, if they do that again now, I I don't think those Vipers are going to be quite so like, yeah, we'll just let them fly to Mexico. I don't think they're going to do that now. I think the rules of engagement are going to change.
I think they'll get blown out of the sky, and they should,
Yeah, I think so.
because then you'll get less volunteers, or you want more pay to go do this, or you better make sure you got a high insurance payoff policy so your family is taken care of when you get blown out of the sky.
Yeah.
And
So
Tony, to your point, I just saw an anti-cartel mayor running for mayor in Mexico just got assassinated by the cartel.
right. Yeah. It's not a safe place. And an investigative reporter got whacked last week for doing the same thing, trying to figure out what's so. And I'm gonna ask one last question, and we got to go because we're getting late here. But do you think we should treat Mexico as as adversarial nation at this point in time? Declare them essentially not maybe not a denied area, but I would do something to say we should treat them as someone who's not our friend. What do you think?
I agree. I would say you don't have to necessarily be an enemy, but you're not a friend, and we're going to treat you as such. And I get, talking to some folks in our administration, they've been on our show before. That is Mexico really a sovereign nation, or is it a narco state that has a kind of a veneer of a nation? And I
Yeah,
think the president there, I think she's scared shitless to do anything because she'll get whacked.